I learned how that went. It was kind of new to everybody, I believe. But that's how I started to use my real estate license representing others. Because at that point in time, I couldn't buy any more houses because the market was crashed and I didn't have any money and my credit was now jacked up. I'll go back to the beginning. I grew up right here in Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised, one of the very few. A lot of people are here, but not many of us originated here. And, growing up, it wasn't always the easiest, but I knew that I wanted to be in real estate some kind of way. And when I was in Cabo, I mentioned my grandfather. He'll actually be 90 years old.
Wow.
So we're looking forward to celebrating his birthday. But you know how you have that saying, like, what would Jesus do? We call my granddad's name, we call him Big Daddy. So we say, what would Big Daddy do? A great guy, but he's the only guy that I knew growing up who owned real estate. He owned the property he lives in today. Not a lot of stuff. The house he still lives in today. There's a duplex next door to him and a single family home next to that. So that's what he owns. But I watched him manage it and run it and treat his tenants right. And it almost kind of been like a ministry for him, because people come through there and he's never really went up on the rents, but just kind of built a lot of relationships. He never needed anything from anybody. Like, he was always the guy that you went to.
Right.
So just that basis alone made me think, okay, I'm going to follow his footsteps, and eventually I want to own some real estate. And as a kid, I would also kind of sit up and watch, those late night infomercials.
Back in the day, I remember. Yeah. All those classes,
Yes, all those classes, and make this amount of money doing this, and make $50,000 doing it, and it kind of inspired me.
Sure.
And I remember one time I bought a bunch of tapes and cassettes, and it got delivered to the door. My mom was like, "What is this? What are you doing?" But those things kind of influenced me, And I got my real estate license in 2006 after going to college.
Okay.
Went off to college, got my real estate license, and ended up having a kid in my freshman year.
Okay.
College. I was a baby with a baby.
Yeah.
And and that's how I got into it. But I never really got my real estate license to be a real estate agent.
Okay.
My goal was to represent myself when I bought and sold properties. So
fix and flips, rentals, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Things of that nature. I did some wholesales as well. And I purchased a property right before the market crashed. And
2008, 2007,
2008, 2009, like in that range.
Yeah.
I know I didn't end up successfully getting rid of it until 2009. But I was stuck with that property, and as a result of that, I had to learn, what the short sale process was all about. And because it was very frustrating, being a 22, 23-year-old kid facing foreclosure. And really, to be honest with you, I shouldn't have had the house anyway, because at that time, that's when they had those stated loans that you could just get a loan based on.
You got a pulse? You got a pulse? He's got a pulse. We'll loan him some money. Yeah, he can buy a house. Yeah,
man. So got that property and got stuck with it, but as a result of the market crashing, I ended up having to learn the short sale process inside and out. And I learned how that went. It was kind of new to everybody, I believe. But that's how I started to use my real estate license representing others. Because at that point in time, I couldn't buy any more houses because the market was crashed and I didn't have any money and my credit was now jacked up. So I started using my license to help others avoid foreclosure through the short sale process. And that's really how the whole agency, the real estate agent part of my life got started.